Turns out we're doing Pancake Monday instead of Pancake Tuesday. I mean, in all honesty, I didn't even know tomorrow was Pancake Tuesday.
There's a great big dosser in Newcastle, and his name's Alex. I've skipped training yesterday, so now we're off to the gym early to make up for it. Yeah, I think I just don't know, because with the amount of work and training I've been doing for the last 2 months solid, I think I've just mentally burnt myself out a bit. So I thought yesterday I just need a day off, because with training and overtime, I think I've probably had about 2 or 3 complete days off in the last 2 months. So it's left me feeling a bit unmotivated and whatnot, and that's not a good way to be feeling before fighting. So I took yesterday off. We've got a nice busy Monday through to Saturday before obviously going to Manchester at the weekend. So I'm going to go to the gym now. I'm going to do a 3K warm-up, then I'm going to do my 4 times 2 minutes at pace, then I'm going to do a 1K cool down. I'm going to go on the weights. I'm going to do legs. I'm going to do squats, leg press, leg extension, glute press, 3 sets of 6 with 5 sets of 5 for the squats. Then I'm going to do some plyometric push-ups. I'm going to do some squat jumps, if I have time this is. And then I'm going to do the medicine ball rotational twist throw and the straight throw and then the slam. And then we're going to go pick up Obi. We're going to go to sparring. I'm hopefully going to film that. We're going to get home. We're going to have some nice tasty chicken, because I'm an original person like that. And that's going to be a sweet day's training. And then I'll be back in a position where I feel a little bit happier with my overall progress and a little bit less like I'm now falling behind. Even though, I'm not falling behind, because I know I started training straight after Christmas. I didn't waste any time. So, it's probably good as well, actually, that I'm kind of in a position where I can cruise. And that might be why not that I've taken my foot off the gas, but I've been training, like I said, now for 2.5 months, 7, 8, 9 times a week. To be honest, now it's probably been more. It's probably been about between 8 and 12 sessions a week for a good 2.5 months now. So I know as far as my fitness and that's concerned, I'm just cruising. And I don't want to do anything too intense or extreme that'll obviously risk an injury or anything. You know what I mean? That's not necessary. Same thing as well, obviously, on a little bit of a deficit. No need to push anything too hard, because your body's always a little bit more susceptible to an injury when you're in a deficit as well. But yeah, I weighed myself this morning. Like I said, I only had 2,700 calories yesterday, but I had a pretty inactive day apart from walking the dog. So it was probably in a 200 calorie surplus. And then I had some dessert, some chocolate and ice cream on Saturday night. So we've had 2 days of solid eating, actually. So the weight is actually still, when I weighed myself this morning, I'm still at 96 kilos, but that might be with the carbs. So if we have 2 days in the deficit and that drops into the 95s, I'll be happier. But yeah, and admittedly, took the day off yesterday, but what can I do? Time to train. Right, first session done. Sprint. So we did 4 times 2 minutes. And 4 times 2 minutes, need to get the oxygen back to the brain. 4 times 2 minutes, minute break in between each one. And yeah, I think the time's actually pretty good. I think, because like I said, I did it before when I did it on GPS. I think I pretty much averaged about 495, 500 meters per 2 minutes. On this one, I was averaging about, I think I was doing 510 meters. And then on the last one, I did 520. It wasn't quite as accurate, because on the treadmill, obviously when you start it, you can't just start the treadmill running off at 15 kilometers an hour. So you have to build it up. So what I try to do is about 15 seconds left of break, I then start it off for the next one. So it probably takes about 15, 20 seconds to speed up. So obviously the bad side is I actually start running before the 2 minutes. So in terms of workload, it's a little bit more. But then obviously the running I'm doing isn't at a full sprint speed. So it's not a perfect science, but essentially I started off, and then after 15 seconds of starting the timer off, I then start my 2 minutes when it's at give or take 15 kilometers an hour. And yeah, so I think based on my calculations, I think I was looking at about 510 meters per sprint. With the last one, I put it at 15.2. I managed, I think it was closer to about 520. So I'm happy with that because we're faster than we were, which means that the training's working, and well, it's just working. It's working, and it's working well. I'm getting fitter, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting more explosive. I'm not losing too much sharpness or stamina. So I finished that, and I did 5 sets of 5 of the squats. I was going to do leg press, leg curl, leg extension, but I started to feel myself getting a little bit stiff and a little bit stiff on them squats. So I thought I'll not push it too hard. I will be able to get some done maybe towards the end of the week before I go to Manchester. So yeah, we just did 5 sets of 5 for the squats at heavyweight, 100 kilos, with a set of 10 at 60 kilos to warm up. So yeah, so all looking good. I'll go now, pick up Obi, do technique, do some sparring again. So, you know, good steady state cardio. And yeah, that'll be the training end on for the day. Get some healthy food in. All of a sudden, the motivation comes flooding back in. I think I just needed a weekend off. I think, like I said, I work a lot of overtime as well as training. So sometimes it's just like, you just feel like you're constantly on. I mean, I like being on the go. I don't really like sitting around either, being bored, but I probably like to have maybe like 1 to 2 days a month of sitting around. But yeah, like I said, I hadn't really had any time off at all there for quite a while. So yeah, the motivation's come flooding back, which is good. Ah, just dropped Obi off. We had a great conversation about all of our sparring endeavours. So yeah, hard enough session that. Lots of technique done. Obviously, I only ever have the camera set up on the ring, but yeah, loads of stuff done technique-wise. I couldn't move my legs because they decided they were seizing up after all my running activities, which obviously, as you saw on the footage there, wasn't so great when Peter decided he wanted to maul me. And yeah, I think he caught us off guard at one bit. My legs got stuck underneath us, and I nearly ended up sideways, backways, and everywhere I shouldn't be in a ring. So whenever you when you look at that, obviously me spinning round, know that is something you should never do. So yeah, bad work, Alex, bad work. First round against Rob, the smaller, more stocky lad in our first round. More more shoddy sparring by myself there, because right hand, when he's rushing at me, I'm stepping back, right hand's all the way down there. That should be up higher. So yeah, getting stuck under my feet, awful. Well, not awful, but not good, because you get caught. Then letting my opponent on top of me and me spinning around. Terrible, terrible, awful stuff. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen again, because that's just poor technique. And then right hand falling down when Rob closes in on us. So that's two things we're going to work on this week. It's making sure we're on the toes and not getting stuck under my feet, and making sure the hands stay high, especially when I'm moving a lot. So we've got two focuses to be working on this week. As I said, round with Obi was nice and tight. But yeah, them two things. So we'll get home, eat loads of chicken, recover, and we'll go again tomorrow.
Oh, we're going to Vigil tonight. Crispy chicken,